turn on the recording. Good. All right. So my name is Becky Dale. I work with Minnesota Communities Caring for Children. We're glad to have you here with us today. For any of you who may be here for the first time, this is our 6th week. We're starting week 6 of practicing, and we start every day by taking a breath together, practicing some breathing exercise. Then we have some other longer practice. Today I'll be doing both the breathing exercise and the longer practice. We have different people leading each of those every day. And then we have a little bit of time for conversation. Often we go into smaller groups, depending on how many who are here. We sometimes just talk with the whole group. And then we close with a breath together again. And the reason we're doing this every day is so people can drop in anytime. And we also know that the more we practice something, the more we have availability of it when we really need it. Now, of course, practices that calm our nervous system are things that we all need a lot of right now. So we thought this would be a great opportunity to have incentive to practice. And we also know, some of the brain science says, if you practice something regularly for 6 weeks, it becomes habit. So we're in week 6, so that's exciting. We may be, it may be integrating more into our natural systems. The more you practice something, the more it spontaneously arises, the desire to do it. So anyway, Emily is assisting today, and she will be putting some things in the chat. If you keep an eye out for the chat, one thing we often put in there is the link to the webpage where we house the recordings of these sessions, and also the schedule of what's coming up and the link for how to get here. So you can keep an eye for that. And with that, we'll go into our breathing, our opening breath together. So if you would make sure your feet are grounded squarely on the ground. And if you're standing, your weight is balanced. If you're sitting, your spine is straight and your arms and legs are relaxed. And I think I'm going to do a square breathing this morning. I'm just going to invite you, though, to pay attention to where you may be holding back. And really allowing the breath to help center you. So in square breathing, we count to 4 on each side of the square, and the vertical sides are breathing in, and the horizontal sides, it's a hold, right? It's a breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. And we'll do, we'll do 3 or 4 of those together. So I'll count the first one. So you can make the square if you like, or just follow along with my square. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to invite you to do it at your own pace now. And make sure when you're breathing deep into your belly. Breathing deep into the belly really helps us relax, helps the nervous system cue to relax. So just a few times on your own. Okay, so the simplicity of the breath and pausing is something I just can't underscore enough. I have often thought if we actually all did practice pausing regularly, we would change the world. It seems, it's one of those things, there's sort of a disconnect. It seems too easy to have the impact that it can have. And it also seems easier to do than it is, like actually pausing and resetting, especially when we are when our nervous system is activated for some reason, is really hard to do. So thank you for practicing this with us. It's been fun to hear from some folks who have been practicing regularly how they are using it to go to sleep, and they're using it at different times of day. And so if you're here for the first time, we have some good both scientific evidence and feedback from folks who've been doing this that it's been useful. So we hope it is for you too. So today I'm actually going to invite a different kind of practice than we've done before. And I'm going to invite you to do a little time travel. And this practice is about engaging our imagination in what we want to create and what we envisioning the future, I think I put on the schedule. But we all the time, ideas become things, right? We had an idea to do this daily practice and now we're doing it, right? You have an idea for what you're going to make for dinner and then you make it and it becomes dinner and it becomes a thing. You know, we have now there's out there all these ideas for how to make masks, right? And so and we turn some things into other things, right? So I have gotten bed sheets from my neighbors, right? And the bed sheets are coming apart, being taken apart and becoming masks, right? So our ideas actually become reality all the time, all the time. And what if we could put that to use with more intention, right? So today I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna invite you to do a time travel exercise. And so again, you know, check in with your body for a moment and you can decide if you want to have your eyes open or closed. Maybe just notice your breath for a moment. Make sure it's going deep into your belly. And then notice what's present in your body. Notice if you're feeling any sense of fear or discomfort. I know for me, I'm feeling that present a lot, that there seems to be some layer of fear and discomfort always present. It ebbs and flows, it comes and goes. But just noticing what's in your body now. You don't have to change it. You might invite a breath to go there, to that place in your body or those places in your body that may be holding the sensations that are present for you in this time. You can offer yourself and that spot some compassion. It's okay to be feeling discomfort and fear now. And then again, with your eyes closed, if you wish, or gently focused in front of you, maybe partly closed if closed feels too uncomfortable. I want you to imagine going into the future. And how far into the future is up to you, but to a time and a place where coronavirus is no longer a threat, where we have taken the lessons of this time with us, and where we're feeling safety, where we're feeling connection. And it might take you a minute to get there. That's okay. And when you do, notice what's around you. Notice where you are. Notice how things sound, what you see. Notice whatever sensations may be in your body now, in this place, somewhere in the future, where there is safety, where there is connection. And you might walk around a little bit. You might be in your own home space, but you might be somewhere else out in the world. You might visit other parts, other places that you would ordinarily go. And notice how people are interacting. Notice how people are taking care of each other. Notice what's different. It might be something different in physical settings, might be something different in the atmosphere, might be different in how people are interacting. You might go to where you do your work. You might notice what's different about your work now. How does the justice system work? How do school systems work? How does the government work? How do our faith communities work? What's happening in the world, in this future place? What else do you want to explore? How are things that were problems before different? How are people's needs being met? What new tools do we have for solving some of the challenges we faced? And then when you're ready, bring your attention back to the sense of your breath. And at whatever speed works for you, if you still have things you want to explore, that's okay. Or if you're ready to come back to the present, you can notice the sensation of your feet on the floor. You can notice the sounds in the room around you. You can notice what you see around you. Maybe start to look around and let the sights of the room that you're in just receive them, receive the sound, receive the sensation. And when you're ready, bring your attention back to where we are. So Emily, I'm thinking maybe what I'd like to do is take a few minutes now in small groups, if that's okay, and invite people to just share with each other what you saw, if anything, what you noticed, we pause for a moment and take a deep breath. We are all connected and we will get through this together. And if anybody wants to stay around and say anything, we're